Hello and welcome to Lemming TV. In today's episode, we'll be starting Season 5 of my Jelle's Marble League career mode. I hope you enjoy. So, in this episode, we'll be doing the first event, as well as setting up our team and watching the opening ceremony. I hope you enjoy. So, as I said at the end of last season, we have a new marble replacing Carl, and that new marble is Pitt the Elder, a good friend of Lord Parmesan, who is our reserve marble, and Pitt the Elder will be our second marble for this season, and everyone else is staying the same. So, before we jump into the first event, we will watch the opening ceremony, and we can also see which teams will be in this season after the showdown last season. But anyway, let's watch the ceremony. So, now that we've done the opening ceremony, we will go and jump into the first event. But before that, if you didn't see the showdown for this season, it was uploaded a few weeks ago. I advise you check it out. But if you didn't see it, the Hornets and the Midnight Wisps will be coming into this and the Crazy Cat's Eyes will be coming into this season. Crazy Cat's Eyes and Midnight Wisps were both in it in Season 1, Midnight Wisps also in Season 2, and the Hornets will be making their debut, so those are 3 teams to be looking out for. Also, last season the champions were the Bulls of Chaos, and Shining Song equalled their points, but didn't win the championship as the Bulls of Chaos had more podiums, so also look out for those 2 teams. As we jump into the first event, the swing wave. So, if you don't know what the swing wave is, all you have to do is try and get over these waves, but if you go in the red zone, you will lose all your points, so you want to go as far as you can without going into the red zone. So you don't want to go too fast or too slowly. And the current record for this is 35 by the Oceanics. So let's jump into the first round. Limas Midnight Wisp. Midnight Wisp making their return for the first time since Season 2. And they will start off by putting 2 of their marbles in the red zone. And this means that a very low scoring round for both teams. 7 for Limas, 13 for the Wisps. A very not great score. Up next, Shining Swarm, Oceanic. Shining Swarm really hoping to put in a good season to make up for the last one, where they missed out on the championship by just medals, but they do put 2 of their marbles in the drop zone, still tied first, both teams on 18 points. Yarbles versus the Snowballs now. The Snowballs are getting a very high score, 1 in 10 to win the 9s. This is already guaranteed to be the leading time, 34, only 1 point off the best score ever by the by the Oceanics. And the Yarbles the only team in the career mode which doesn't exist in real life. Next up, Savage Speeders versus the Crazy Cat's Eyes. Crazy Cat's Eyes returning after Season 1. And the Savage Speeders will get 1 of their marbles in the 10 zone. That puts them in second, whereas the Crazy Cat's Eyes down in 6th out of the 8 teams which have gone so far. Next up, Rojo Rollers, Balls of Chaos. Balls of Chaos, current reigning world champions. Let's see what they can do in their first event to try and keep their championship. Rojo Rollers not doing well. They just lost 20 points after 2 of their marbles went into the drop zone. That puts them in 6th. Balls of Chaos 1 point behind them in 8th. Next up, Rangers, Hornets. Hornets, the only teams who will debut for the first time in the Marble League, and they put 2 of their marbles in the drop zone straight away, and they will get 13, putting them in 8th. Not the best way to start your first ever season, but we're up against Team Primary. So as we look at the lineup, so far we haven't actually done any training on the marbles, but this event, it's mainly motivation and speed, which are the main factors, as it isn't really you don't really need any skill in order to get a good score in this event. It's just about precision, but we don't have a precision racing so far. So what we'll do is we'll swap Jeff out with Lord Parmesan, and Pit the Elder will do his first run for the team. So let's see what we can do now. As we get rolling, all of our marbles get stuck at the start, and Team Primary will get a 10 points. And we are in 13th position, Team Primary in 3rd with a solid 21 points. But remember, we have 2 of those on this, so Cobalts and the Green Ducks up now. They get rolling. Let's see where they can place their marbles. It's not a very high scoring round, no one able to get past the 7 mark, but still no one gets in the red zone, so decent scores all round as we see halfway through the event. The Snowballs currently with the best score of 34, and we are down in 15th, but we have another run, so we can get that score higher. Now, Snowball actually Season 2 champions, and the Midnight Wisp were relegated in Season 2. Let's see what they can do, as not the greatest, as 3 of their marbles into the drop zone. They will not improve. Lime is getting 23 points. That is very good for them. Next up, Shining Swarm, Oceanics. Quite a lot of marbles getting held up at the back, with only the 1 dropping into the red zone. Not a great score for the Shining Swarm, but a very good one for the Oceanics, as 3 of their marbles landing in the 6 range. Next up, Yarbles versus the Snowballs. Snowballs currently leading the event. They won't improve, and the Yarbles get 2 into the red zone. not what they want to do, as the Snowballs will stay in first position. Next up, Savage Speeders versus the Crazy Cat's Eyes. Now, a pretty decent run from the Savage Speeders. They get 2 and 10, 2 and 8, and that's going to be a very high score for them. 36, which is now the all-time record for highest points in the Swing Wave. As we go into the next round, Rojo Rollers Balls of Chaos. Let's see what they can do. Balls of Chaos putting one of their marbles into the drop zone. And Rojo Rollers actually getting 37, incredibly, just beating the Savage Speeders by 1 point there. Straight up they set the new record, so now the record is 37, and Snowballs are somehow in third position, even though they're dominant first half. Now the Hornets Oceanics, lots of their marbles getting held up right at the start there, so they all collide with each other. 4 marbles in total at the number 2 range, so not much of an improvement for either of those. So we'll stick with the same lineup and hope this time we can get a higher score as we get rolling. Now let's see what we can do. We get 2 of our marbles dropping out, but we will still improve. From our 9 we get 14, but that only is good enough for 15th place, so we won't have a good start to the season. Now Green Ducks and the Cobalts up now. Green Ducks a pretty decent score, 2 7s, a 9, and one of their marbles right at the back with a 5. And let's see what this does. 28 points for the Green Ducks. That puts them in 4th. So we see Midnight Wisps not doing the best on their return, coming in last in their opening event. Then we're in 15th, followed by the Crazy Cat's Eyes in 14th, then the O-Rangers in 13th. Balls of Chaos not doing the best to try and keep their championship. They are in 12th. Shining Swarm also not looking very competitive in 11th. Hornets, their first ever event in the Marble League, they come a decent 10th position. Then the Yarballs, Cobalts, Team Primary, Limers, Oceanics in 5th. Then the Green Ducks, Snowballs gets a podium. Then in 2nd position, Savage Speeders, and then the Rojo Rollers win the event. And this will also be the championship standings, as we haven't done any events before this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.